Thank you so much for staying with us and spending your new year with us here on the Joy News channel. So you'd agree with me that January usually will start with a lot of ambitions. By now you have set your goals. By now you're hoping that you're stopping certain things you were doing in 2025. Well, let's try to help you. And so this morning, let's set achievable goals for 2026 so that you're not setting the goals, they are not smart, they're not achievable, and then by the end of the year, you're not happy with yourself because you think that you didn't achieve anything. And so to help us do that is Samuel Ayim, leadership coach, International Coaching Federation, and John C. Maxwell certified. And the theme today is achievable goals. Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
Thank you so much.
May God bless all of us and Joy FM, Joy News, and the multimedia family, and all of us.
I promise you that. I'm certain this is as a child. I will set goals. You have no idea. Sometimes you start thinking about it in November. You want to write, they say write it down, they say do that. You set so much goals.
Absolutely.
But media, February 15th. Now, it's dead. Yeah. I want to start the conversation by asking why people fail at their own goals even before the year ends. Let's start from there.
Good. I mean, as you said, I was talking to a young man just before the end of the year, and I said, okay, what are you looking at for 2026? Say, Daddy, with the 2026 there, 1 million Ghana cedis. To wait, for me, my goal for 2026 is to get 1 million Ghana cedis. And that is his resolution to be able to get. Why don't we achieve this? I think it's first and foremost because we sometimes overemphasize events over process. And what is happening is that, oh, it's 31st night and we're going and we're hearing all the motivations and the power and everything. And we want things to happen just like that. And so we are energized by events and we forget process. But nature is actually process. All of us were born, we grow. You don't just wake up with a building. You have a process. And not understanding process over event is one of the things. So all these New Year things that we hype and the resolutions and things is because you have a mindset of event. That something is going to happen and I'm going to get 1 million Ghana cedis. And this year, dear, my miracles are coming. And we forget that to get that 1 million Ghana cedis, you need to go to the bottom and ask yourself, how is the 1 million Ghana cedis coming? What are going to be the sources that those 1 million? What do I need to do? What's my revenues, my expenditure? How am I going to focus to be able to get? And that is the problem. We want things to happen. We live in a miracle world. People want things like that. So that is one of the key.
So the events are not illusion. They exist.
Yes.
But it is what you do
exactly
to achieve it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we should understand that goals will not happen if we don't work at them. So getting that motivation is good, but it takes discipline to be able to achieve the goals. So just setting a goal and hoping, going to sleep and saying 2024 without going through the process of how that goal is going to be achieved is not good.
It is, so if I understand, the goal is not the problem. It's a discipline to achieve the goal.
Absolutely.
But also, you hear somebody say that, but this your goal is too overambitious. Is there anything like an overambitious goal? This is not achievable. Is there anything like that?
Yes. When you are setting goals, there are different types of goals. First of all, I would say, if you're going to achieve your goals, you should start with your why. Start with your why, which means, why do you want 1 million Ghana cedis? What is the purpose? And many a time, we don't have a strong purpose for the goal. If you don't have a strong purpose, why, that will drive you, then the goal will just be a mirage. So start with your why. What is your purpose? And that brings us to two different types of goals. What is called the end goals and the means goals. So your purpose goes to your values. What is the ultimate reason why you want 1 million Ghana cedis? And there are three elements of the end goals.
Okay.
First of all, what is the contribution that you want to bring to the world? What impact do you really want to make? That's more important than just getting 1 million, because 1 million is just a means goal. You're getting that 1 million to do what? Get a strong why on your contribution. What experiences is the 1 million Ghana cedis going to help you achieve? Peace of mind? Security? What is it? Okay, and the third element of the end goal is growth. Who do you want to become at the end of the day? Now, if you don't understand the difference between the end goals and the means goals, you will set a lot of means goals and you don't have a strong why to drive there. And that is when the goal becomes a mirage. So yes, you can have whatever goal you want, but it should be grounded in your purpose. It should be grounded in your why.
Can your goal be overly ambitious than your purpose?
Your purpose should be the bigger picture.
Okay.
Your purpose is grounded in your values. Your purpose is grounded in who you want to become. So let's say, yes, I want to go to medical school. You want to become a doctor. Why do you want to become a doctor? Because I've seen so many people who have finished the medical school and they are not practicing. Mm-hmm. I'm a lawyer. I don't practice law. Okay? I mean, 30-something years at the bar, but today I'm not practicing. Of course, I've done it before. I'm doing something much more different from my legal training. Why? Because I have deep within me the desire to help people to become their better self. That is my higher goal and my purpose. That's my driving force. You need to have your driving force. What is your North Star? And that your North Star, under it, what you do together can be different. So, to motivate people, I speak, I teach, I train, and you can even write and do so many things to help people to become what they are. So, the goal, the means goals, should support your end goals.
Which means that when you're setting the goal, the end goal is first.
The end goal should be your first.
First, okay.
Start with that.
Which answers the question, why, what experiences,
yes,
growth,
exactly,
that sits in your end goal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, the other factor with goal setting which we should also look at is also here to distinguish between two other types of goals, growth goals and performance goals.
Okay.
Now, your growth goals, your performance goal, let's start from there.
Okay.
Is the specific you want to achieve. So you're a salesperson, for example. I want to increase my sales by 100% in 2026. So that's a performance goal.
Okay.
That's something that you want to achieve at the work, at your job, or whatever. But how do you achieve that? By working on yourself. What characteristics within you, what skills, what knowledge, what exposures do you need in order to be able to increase your sales by that 100%? It requires you to grow. So if you have just the basic, or if you're sales and you haven't worked on yourself, you're not reading any books, you're not watching out and making yourself a better salesperson, getting the skills that you need, the communication skills, the leadership skills, the influencing skills, the networking skills, which are all growth. So you need to, when you have set that performance goal, you have to ask yourself, what type of person do I need to become to be able to achieve
the end goal,
those goals? And that goes to working on yourself. And a lot of the time we don't achieve it because we have not worked on ourselves. We haven't built the capacity, the skills to be able to achieve what we say we want to achieve. And that is also an important, sometimes missing element in the goal. It's very, very important to focus more on your growth goals. What's the type of person I want to become? What skills do I need? What, networks do I need to build? Who do I want to become?
Do you answer those questions yourself, or you consult somebody to get the answers to those questions?
So that comes to now how you achieve the goals. Now, how you achieve the goals, sometimes there are things you can do yourself, but sometimes you may need help. And that is where you need, sometimes you need mentors and you need coaches to help you to achieve it. So a mentor is somebody who has done what you want to do. So he's walked the way, he knows then you go to him. How did you do it? I also want to be like you. That's mentorship. But you also sometimes need a coach who may not have walked the way you have walked. But a coach is trained to partner with you by asking you thought-provoking questions to clarify the goals. Just this week, I had a client that we're talking about what he wanted to achieve and so on and so forth. I want to improve my leadership and so I started the process, asking a lot of questions, leading questions. Got to a point, he says, Uncle Sam, now you're putting me on the spot. I said, well, you said you want to achieve this, but at the bottom, it was clear that you've not thought through carefully all the issues that come. And that's where you need a coach. A coach will help you to move from here to there. Help you to ask the questions you're not thinking about. The thoughts in your mind, the desires in your heart, your gut. The coach goes all deep down and helps you to bring this until, oh, yeah, so I haven't thought about that. Then the coach will help you to say, all right, now that we are clear, what do we see to be the obstacles on your way?
Okay.
Oh, sometimes we set goals and we don't think about the consequences and the obstacles. And then when they come, you say, oh, no, God, no, this is not what I expected. Well, you have to anticipate what the obstacles will be and then begin to ask, what do you need to do if this happens? If this happens, what happens? So you have scenario situations on what you will do when this thing happens. You see, if you start with the end in mind, like Stephen Covey would say, begin with the end in mind, you answer so many questions before they arise.
Okay.
And it is not when the questions arise that you are looking for the answers.
Before you continue, let's get some clarity. What's the clear difference between a wish, a resolution, and a goal that's achievable? What's the difference? Okay. So that by this time somebody is watching me, they'll know that, okay, this thing that I'm writing is just a wish. This thing that I'm writing is a resolution. And this is a goal.
Oh, I wish I was the wife of King Charles. That's a young girl said, I wish I was the wife of... A wish is something that, I mean, yeah, it's something that you think
it will never,
good, but will not be able, may not happen.
Are there chances that some of your wishes can
well, some of them, if they are close to specific goals, and maybe we'll talk about how to set the goals. Okay. And when you were introducing, you talk about SMART goals. Okay. Because a wish has no definitions. It's not clear. It's not specific. So it's some general thing in the air. I wish I can go to heaven today. I mean, so that's something, some feel-good thing that you want to have.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a resolution is, okay, you make a definite decision. And decisions are important. So I make a decision that every day at 5 a.m., I will wake up and read. That is a decision you make. So that's a resolution. And resolutions are important for achieving your goals. Okay? So you need to make resolutions. But goals that are achievable, as we are saying, are clearly within your purpose areas. You've clearly understood them. You understand the means to get there. You understand all the obstacles and the permutations that may come. And you have clearly a plan.
Okay.
To achieve it.
Okay.
So sometimes somebody says, oh, and when we say we have a plan, it's not like someone say, oh, I've been planning to be a businessman. I mean, I have plans to be an entrepreneur. And say, okay, so where are the plans? Oh, and well, I've been thinking about it. So what do you want to do as an entrepreneur? He hasn't even thought of what he wants to do, but he says he has a plan. Now that's something like a wish. Because a plan is something you've sat down, analyzed, written down with specific goals and timelines. And so when we talk about SMART, it means the goal must be simple. It should be something that you can easily explain and you understand. Okay. When we say SMART, it's an acronym. M means, S is simple. M means measurable. A means the goal must be attainable or achievable.
This is us learning how to set the goals, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so get your pen and a paper. See, I'm feeling a little kind, so I'll convince my director and producer. So we open the phone lines to get some free consultation here, okay? So we'll put the number up there, but let's start. Get your pen and your paper and let's learn how to set achievable goals. All right, Uncle Sam, let's start.
All right, so I say use the SMART model.
Yes.
Okay, so S is simple or specific. M is measurable. The A is attainable or achievable. R in the SMART is relevant. And T in the SMART is time bound. Okay. So for your goal to be achievable, it has to be specific. So I have somebody who says, oh, I want to improve my leadership. Okay.
That's too broad.
That's too broad. So working with this person, we go to a point where he says, okay, what I want to do is I want to read one leadership book every day, an hour a day, starting with X book. So your goal should not be just broad. When it's broad, your mind doesn't know what you want to achieve. You have to be very specific. Okay, so, oh, I want to lose weight. Yeah, that's fine.
Eko said that earlier today. He said he wants to lose weight. It wasn't specific.
It wasn't specific. So I want to lose 5 kilos every month for the next 12 months. That's specific.
Okay.
Okay. So that's specific. Measurable. So from this example, 5 kg is measurable.
Okay.
So you can stand on the scale and see if in a month I've dropped 5 kg. But if you say I want to lose weight, so measurable, then that goal must be attainable. Now, if you say, if you are 90 kg today, and you say, I want to lose 50 kg in the next 2 days. Now, it's not, is it attainable? Maybe you want to kill yourself to achieve that. So that's not, it's not attainable. It has to be within the resource means that you have, that you can do it. You have the time, you have the energy, you have the resources to be able to do it. So you have to assess that. Then relevant means that that goal that you are setting must be relevant to your purpose. And we talk about purpose already.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it has nothing to do with your purpose, then sometimes you can just drop it.
Okay.
Okay. But if it's tied to your purpose, then you are more determined to do it because it's relevant to what you stand for, your values, and so on and so forth. And we talk about time bound, which means you must give yourself a time frame to achieve it. Oh, I want to lose weight. When? Well, so year end, they said, but I said I want to lose weight. It's just like some of our politicians do to us where they said their manifestos, you know. Then when you ask them questions, oh, but yeah, we said this, but we didn't give any time.
We can safely say that their manifestos are also goals, right? And so we must apply the formula of SMART.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we should be able to ask them and interrogate them. And sometimes they run away.
Yeah.
They come out with all these slogans and ideas, and when you want to pin them down, they will tell you to wiggle around it because it is not intended to be achieved.
After you have set a SMART goal, is it okay to mid-year drop some or alter it a bit? You think that is it okay, or that makes you a failure?
No, that comes into now the process of implementing your goals. Okay? So in the process of implementing your goals, you have to have regular reviews. Actually, we are at the beginning of 2026 and you are setting goals. Let's say you've set all your goals, they are in line with your purpose, the end goals are clear from the means goals, you have your growth goals in there, and so on and so forth. You have to do a review and use what I call the stop, continue, and start model. So
okay.
Stop, continue, and start.
Okay.
Ask yourself, what is it that I have been doing that does not help the achievement of this goal? And stop them. So there are things you have to stop. So if you want to lose weight, 10 kilos within the next 6 months, what are some of the things you've been doing that do not help? All the cakes that you've been doing, the oversleeping, eating late at night, and all those things. And the kinky and fish, like my friend will say today, I haven't eaten cry, only 6 balls of cake. Okay? So there are things you have to stop. So you have to go through them and stop them. Then there are things you have to continue. What has worked in 2025? Oh, these things help me in my pursuit of losing weight or being financially free or something. They help me. The way I manage my expenses, I'll continue with them. Then there are some new things that I have not been doing that I now have to start doing. I've not been exercising, so I have to now start doing. Now, when you go through that process, there are things you begin to cross out. You list all of their stops. Use your red pen to cross them out. There are things you have to continue. You list them out. These are things I have to continue. Good habits I have to continue. And these are things that I knew I have not been doing this. I have to start. So 2026, I always said I would do this, but I'm now going to start. And when you start and you are now running the year, it doesn't necessarily mean, like I said before, you have to do scenario analysis and anticipate. You cannot anticipate 100% because we are human. It's only God who knows the future. Yeah. Things may happen, and that is where the word flexibility comes in.
Okay.
And the flexibility usually is coming into the means goal. That's why it is important to understand the difference between the end goals and the means goal. Now, generally, your end goals, if they are grounded in your purpose, you may not have to change them, but you need to change the means to go there. And sometimes what happens is that we are stuck to the means goals, and the means is not working, and we get frustrated and we give up.
Okay.
And that is where the challenge is.
We'll continue this conversation, but I want to remind you that the phone lines are opened now. You can call, ask questions. I mean, of course, I know that you will not be able to get all of your answers, but you can start the conversation, and after here, you can pick up with Uncle Sam a bit later. But I'll take you to Wale Wale. Uncle Sam, let's go to Wale Wale. Abdul is on phone. Abdul, Happy New Year. Good morning. Thank you for calling. What is your question? Unfortunately, we've lost Abdul. But if you're traveling from Accra to Kumasi, this is just to draw your attention that the highway is blocked with heavy gridlock, several kilometers of traffic due to that would bring you that update. But I think Kenny, my colleague, is on standby to bring us the real report. Kenny, let me understand what's happening on the Accra-Kumasi highway and what's causing the traffic.
The traffic situation is very terrible. I believe that it's the Philadelphia church. They had their watch night service, and right after they've been done with their watch night service, cars are not moving. We've been stuck here for the past 6 hours. People left Kumasi trying to get to Accra from 2 a.m. and they are still on the stretch. People are out of their buses right now, walking, but it's not moving at all. You know, at some point it just moves about 20 seconds, and then we are stuck for like an hour. So that's the current situation here. It doesn't look like people are getting to Accra anytime soon.
But Kenny, that's shocking because then 6 hours. If this is because of the church service, it ended a bit earlier. At least it should be moving at all. This means there's no police presence, there's nobody helping to control the traffic, and people are not moving at all. Kenny, do you hear me? Hi, Kenny. We'll try and reconnect, but that's the situation between the Accra-Kumasi highway. And so if you're planning to travel or use that road, Kenny, I'm going to try again. Is this to mean that there's no police presence or any traffic control measures at all? We're stuck for 6 hours and counting.
Yes, MFR, honestly, there's no police presence here at the moment. I'm just going to flip my camera so our viewers can see what's going on. There's no police presence here at the moment. You can see that the cars are just, moving. People are just out of their cars walking at the moment. So there's no police presence at all at this place. So I don't see any police presence. The only police presence we actually saw at some point was about 20 minutes ago. And right after that, we've not had any police presence around the stretch any longer. So that's the current situation.
What a way to start to spend your new year after a watch night service.
Right.
Commuters must be frustrated.
MFI, a lot of people are frustrated right now. A lot of people, you can see on this side, there are a lot of people that are walking. They're out of their buses literally, and then they are walking. They are trying to walk to wherever. I don't know where they are going, but people are literally out of their buses and they are walking. And so it's really frustrating. I spoke to some few people and it's that bad. So I don't know what can be done about it.
Kenny, they are walking. They are headed to Kumasi or coming back to Accra. Which one will be safer and shorter for them?
So they're heading back to Accra. They are walking to Accra because all these buses that are stuck are all moving to Accra. And so people have gotten out of their buses and they are trying to walk. I don't know where they are walking to, but they're trying to walk.
Has this affected the movement of cars back to Accra as well, or that is flowing quite freely?
Well, movement to Accra is the problem, but movement from Accra, I guess that lane is empty. Once in a while, you get traffic here and there, but that lane is quite empty. So for that one, I think it's fine. So
the traffic is instead Kumasi back to Accra, the Accra-Kumasi highway, but when they are returning to Accra, not Accra to Kumasi.
No, not Accra to Kumasi, Kumasi to Accra.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so those who are going to Kumasi at least have the free flow of traffic to get to Kumasi.
Yes, those going to Kumasi, yes, that lane is fine. They are okay. They can get to Kumasi, but those getting to Accra, that's what we have to do.
Well, Kenny, definitely not how I wanted to start our New Year conversation on TV, but
right.
Please stay on it and keep me updated.
Sure, I'll do that, Emma. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kenny. And so that's the situation. If you have a family friend or somebody that you know is commuting from Kumasi to Accra and they're not in yet, this is the situation. You have to stay on guard and keep your friends and family updated. But back to our goal setting, the very smart one. You can call. I'll put up the number again, and then you can call us and ask the question. I'm sorry that I lost you, Abdul, but I'll be happy to take your call again. Uncle Sam, your goal can be smart. but can it be as well intimidating? Before you answer that question, let's go to Koforidua and speak to Nana. Hello, Nana. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Ayim. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for asking, Nana.
Yeah, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for the objective manner you handled these two political parties in the country. Keep it up, right?
Thank you.
Keep it up. It has been very challenging, but you've been able to stand. You have been able to resist them, and all the time you try to be very objective. And as a result, I listen to your radio, your TV all the time.
Thank you, Nana. Do you have a question about your goal setting as well?
Come again?
Do you have a question about how to set your goals for the year? Okay. Unfortunately, I lost Nana. So your goal can be smart, right?
Yes.
But can you feel sometimes that it is a bit intimidating? You set a goal that intimidates your own self.
Yes. And it is important. If you really want to grow, sometimes it is important to set goals that are intimidating because you really want to stretch. So there are what is called stretch goals.
Okay.
Okay. So you set a stretch goal because you really want to challenge yourself. But there are some goals that are not goals at all. I mean, yeah, I'm setting a goal to wake up every day at 10 o'clock. I mean, everybody can sleep in bed and wake up at 10. Okay? But you can set a goal. In fact, if your dreams do not intimidate you a bit, then they are not challenging enough. So your goals should challenge you. It should challenge you to stretch. It should challenge you to become a better person. It should challenge you to improve yourself. So, but it should not be such that it will discourage you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And it should not be unrealistic. Okay? So yes, intimidating, ambitious, stretching is fine. But it should be stretched within your resources. And that is where the concept of personal SWOT analysis,
Right.
SWOT, S-W-O-T, is very important. You have to be aware of yourself. You have to examine yourself because self-awareness is very important. You can set goals that are crazy because you're not aware of yourself. So SWOT means there's
Just a minute before we go to the SWOT. We're going to Wale Wale. We'll speak to Oscar. Oscar, good morning and a happy New Year to you.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
Very well, thank you for asking.
Yes, I just want to ask my counselor some few questions. Yeah, now you have a plan. You are smart. And you have a target at the end of the year. But you didn't make it possible because of financial handicap. What are some of the measures without the financial? What are some of the measures that can help you to achieve some of your smart?
Thank you. That's a very realistic question that you have asked. It would have come anyway. So thank you for bringing it to the fore before we go to the SWOT analysis. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why we are saying your goals should also be realistic. And when you are setting goals that require some financial resources, the law of process we talked about also come in there. You have to ask yourself, how much do you need to achieve this goal? Where am I going to get this from? A lot of the time, we set goals that need resources. They are not within our means, and we are expecting somebody else to give us the resources to do it.
Yeah.
And that person doesn't come true to us.
Your realistic part in the SMART has failed.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and it also goes back to what we're going to talk about the SWOT, because you are examining, first of all, your strengths, you are examining your weaknesses, you are looking at opportunities, which is the O in the SWOT, and the threats. So when you are setting your goal, you should look at yourself and ask you, what are the strengths? What are the things within my control? And that is very important. Your goal should be within your circle of control. And even if it's not within your circle of control, you know that there are opportunities that can help to enlarge that circle of control. But if you set goals that are not within your circle of control, then they are not realistic. So if you have some financial element in your goal, you have to kick the tires about that finance. Take that through the process and ask yourself, where is the money coming from? Today you may not have the money, but who can give the money? What can you do to get that money? What advice do you need to be able to get that money? But sometimes we don't do that intentionally. And we just leave it and hoping that, well, an uncle somewhere is going to give me money to... Exactly. And then you go to your uncle, and truly he probably doesn't have it. But you all assume that because he drives a nice car, he should have the money. And then you begin to complain that I was expecting my uncle to give me this and he didn't give me. That's why I was not able to achieve my goals.
Uncle Sama, hold on, and we'll go to Obuasi and talk to Richard as well. Hi, Richard. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, ever beautiful Enifa. Happy New Year too.
Thank you.
Yeah, setting achievable goals for the year. Interesting. I think, especially with the guys, we have to look around us and check our financial status and then see how we can go about things. I would say that look at your income and then you relate it to your expenses. That don't look at what someone is doing or how somebody is spending, and just buy what you can afford. And then our ladies too, should just take it easy with us. Just be content with what they have. Yeah, that's what I would say about that. And then there is an ad on the news that, you know what?
Yes.
How could we even allow to succeed? We even campaign all before we go and arrest. It's interesting hearing. I think we should have in the first.
Richard, unfortunately, you're breaking. We'll try again. You mentioned about a campaign.
Campaign.
Breaking,
no.
So we didn't hear you. What's the second part of your submission?
Yes, I was talking about Ebonoa.
Bonoa, oh dear. Okay, yeah. What about it?
Yes, I can see on the screen that he's been arrested for causing public panic, and I'm saying that why did we even allow him to do this all this while? Why we could have stopped him in the first place? This is very interesting. We should be serious in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have yourself a happy new year. Uncle Sam is a lawyer. I would have attempted to get him to answer that question. Issues of law and religion when we get into it, but we'll follow it keenly, Richard, and all of you who are interested in that particular conversation, giving you update on that. But you, Uncle Sam, you're talking about, he also mentioned the same thing. It seems like finances tops it all. And after this, we're going to have a conversation on finances, but again, it comes to the realistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It comes to realistic goals. You see, sometimes it's not just the finance. I've talked to a lot of people who you ask, and you say, "Oh, if only I can get 100,000." So I have a trick question that I ask a lot of people. If you have $1 million cedis now, what will you do?
I'll fail woefully. So I won't answer it.
Exactly. The thing is that many of us have not sat down, begin with the end in mind, to answer the question, if I have $1 million cedis, what will I do with it? We don't know. We are waiting to get $1 million cedis before we decide, okay, now with $1 million cedis, what am I going to do with it? And that is how people get $1 million cedis and they get lost. And you said you were going to talk about the financial side.
Yeah.
Because if you don't plan your finances and how to manage it properly, and that is a big area, how to manage our finances properly, we will not be able to get the money we need to do what we have to do. You don't have to have the money in your pocket to set a goal about money. But at least you have to know where that money is coming from. And when you get that money, what you're going to do with it. And many of us, we have not thought through it. And then the money comes, okay, now I have the money. And then you see Famio, the money will tell you what to do.
What to do.
And now, okay, you begin to buy cars, you begin to buy this, you begin to, like the guy was talking about, the lady should be kind on us. Now you begin to throw their money around to show off. Okay, the ladies will be ready also to help you.
I don't like the table you're about to shake. This my table is fed. I won't allow you to shake it. Well, we can have this conversation, but one of the things I think people should do is make it a habit to have conversations with life coaches like yourself and all. And so I'll take your final submission on this, and then encourage people to at least see Uncle Sam. The year has just started, and you must start right. Uncle Sam, I'll take your final submission, wrapping it all together.
Thank you, Emefa. I want to bring out two words that are important as we come to the end. And the first word is habit. Habits make us. There is a book with the title Atomic Habits. Maybe you want to begin the year by reading Atomic Habits, because your goals will succeed or fail on the habits that you deploy in 2026. So watch your habits. The things you do consistently will determine whether you're going to be successful or not. So make sure that your behaviors, your conduct, your thinking, and all are aligned. And that goes to the consistency with which you are approaching your goal. You don't just start and then you give up. The second word is visualization. Now, it is important that you internalize the goals you are setting by visualizing constantly where you want to get to. It is important to set your mind, your spirit, and soul on that goal. You have to actually believe in the goal and imagine yourself achieving those goals constantly. Because it is a powerful, powerful energy that will keep you on course as you are going through the year. Of course, as a Christian, I want to encourage all of us to also focus on God. You can plan, you can purpose, you can do whatever you want to do within your power. At the end of the day, we don't control this world. So the God factor is a very important one. So commit your plans to the Lord and He will help you. So let us, as we think about these things, there are things within our power we can do. The things we cannot do, let's look for people who can help us, either accountability partners, mentors, coaches, and so on, who can help us. But above all, let us seek the face of God. Those of you who believe in prayer, pray about your goals and let your goals align also with the purposes of God.
Thank you so much, Uncle Sam. This has been very, very educating and very, very informative as well. Where can we find you? How can a person come to you for some services?
Well, you can reach me on 050-404-6852. Or you can go to CTL Africa Leadership, which is where we have a lot of information. That's our company. We provide training and coaching services across Africa. And so you can go to CTL Africa and look up our programs. Every weekend we have, every Saturday we have a free leadership webinar. We've been running for more than 5 years. So reach out to me or go to CTL Africa and then connect with us.
All right.
Social media also.
Uncle Sam, thank you so much and a happy new year.
Thank you, Emefa, and many happy returns to you.
We go for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be very kind enough to provide you 5 powerful nuggets to stay financially sound. But quickly before that, a happy birthday to Comfort Efwa Mesbia Owusu of Achimota Abofu. Cheers to greatness, Mommy. We love you. This is from your children, Daniela, Philomena, Angela, and the squad. Afisha Pa. When I come back again, I shall do the rest of the birthdays for you. Please stay.